Welcome to the Utah Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Utah Street Banter Podcast. I'm Cody. Like always, Elijah's with me. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just living the dream, you know. Orioles doing good, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I mean, we've had a heck of a week. The Orioles, we go and play the Rays. We've been kind of warning everybody about this upcoming schedule.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet.
Yeah, because I mean, you got Rays. You got the Rays. They're still a talent.
They're an above-average baseball team.
And then Braves, and then you got the Phillies, and now we're getting ready to start another series with the Yankees.
In the Bronx.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's been good. I mean, it's summertime, so it feels like baseball weather now.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So if don't mind us if we're exhausted because we went to the pool today. That doesn't happen very often.
We did work before,
and we did work, so we deserved it.
With the little girls.
Yeah. We softball camp today that we worked at. So
sassy.
Yeah. Yeah, Elijah was very sassy in that.
No, oh my God. Camp. Yeah, but no, pool works out.
Yeah,
who thought a 3-year-old in the pool would go crazy?
Yeah, my daughter, she's crazy. Yes. So, but we're gonna get through this. I mean, I'm actually pretty excited because we got some fun things to talk about. Our man Corbin Burns has had a heck of a week since the last time we talked about
sure
it.
Has.
And let's jump right in real quick. We'll do our box scores, everybody, like always. So if you're new to our podcast, we always run through the past week's worth of box scores pretty quick. And then we'll hit some highlights. And then at the end, we got some news and notes, some good, some not so great. But we'll see how it goes. And normally we'll try to not veer off the path too much.
I make no promises.
Yeah, right.
I know my own limits. I can't make that promise.
Right. But anyway, also everybody, please remember, if you guys have any questions or any thing you want us to talk about, please hit us up. Hit us up either on, you can do YouTube, you can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, any of those. We'd love to try to hit your topics and, at least give our input about what you're kind of thinking, because we're probably all thinking the same thing.
Most likely.
Unless you're that crazy Orioles fan. But I know some of you are out there.
I mean, but we are sometimes too.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I hear it. All right, let's get started. We're going to go to June 10th. That's the Orioles when they were playing the Rays at Tropicana. Corbin Burns started this game. And, another person that I feel like started this game, Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
Because, first step out.
Where he's
home run.
Yeah.
21st home run of the year. Another leadoff home run. And if you know Corbin Burns, you just got to know, everybody, you just got to know we always feel like we need to get a couple. You're not going to get 5, 6 on him.
Yeah.
Right? But he'll get 1 or 2. I know, and these are unearned this time.
Well, and that's what, the whole unearned run is yes, there was an error that allowed the base runner in the next bat. But an unearned home run is kind of
I agree.
I get it. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, but it's hard to say that you got 200 runs. He gave up a first career home run.
Yeah.
To someone.
Yeah. Right.
Because I remember you asked, we were talking about it, and I told you it was Alex Jackson. You said, "Who's that?"
Who's Alex Jackson? Yeah. It's a strong name though.
Yeah.
Name like Alex Jackson.
Yeah.
The Orioles win this game. They win 5-2. And it was one of those
5-3.
Oh, 5-2.
Was it? Oh,
I got 5. I got 5.
I typed it in wrong. My bad.
You see everybody? You trying to tell me everything? Take this for what it is. But Kimbrel does get the save in this game. Moving on. This is the series I was really nervous about because this was starting the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And the Atlanta Braves come to play the Orioles on June 11th. We'll just cut right to it. We win 4-0, everybody. Shutout by the O's against the Braves, who's struggling hitting a little bit, but they're still the Braves. You still have Austin Riley on that team. And I'll tell you what, Suarez, he was good.
Yeah.
So we went against their best starter in Max Fried, and Albert Suarez did amazing. Really, the Orioles, we win 4-0, but really without Mateo, he sort of he
helped us out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Mateo, like you said, he only went 1 for 3, but it was a big one.
Yeah.
Hit a home run, crushed it into left field. past the bullpens and his first game back from his concussion.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, that's the one thing you always worry about with a concussion specifically. And you see it just not even like football where you see it a lot, but every sport. Like Anthony Rizzo last year came off a concussion and just was terrible.
Yeah.
I think there's a good sign he's over it.
Yeah.
And got 3 RBIs there. Hayes did really good this game, went 3 for 4, had 3 singles, which obviously you're like, well, singles aren't much, but it's really good for him. He's done really good since coming back from his injury. And like you said, I mean, Suarez, he has a 1.61 ERA.
Yeah, killing it. And I love his attitude. I love everything about him.
What else can you expect from him? He's pouring it in the zone, and he's just every game he's going 5 to 6, 0-1 earned run. Like you can't ask for more.
You really can't. And the biggest thing I want to talk about here, because I always promise myself, I'm going to be super honest, and if somebody's struggling, we're going to call it out. But if they're doing well,
yeah.
And this game, our Orioles bullpen really stepped up. Suarez only goes 5 1/2, 5 1/3. So Jacob Webb comes in, gets 1 1/3, does amazing. Cano comes in, does great. Cionel Perez comes in, great. Dylan Tate comes in and does well. Dylan Tate walked 1, but it seems like he's getting there. You know what I mean? So we're finally moving on to the Dylan Tate that we really.
I mean, yet again, he missed a year. That's a lot of time.
Absolutely,
take time.
That's huge. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I just I know the Dylan Tate that I want him to be, but he'll get there, So moving on to the second game of the series, of course, like I said, the Orioles took the first one against Max Fried, which was massive. This time we're going against really cool thing that happened here.
Yeah.
What college did they both go to?
So they were all Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Okay.
And I'll just note on it real quick because I watched.
This is both starting pitchers, by the way.
Well, it wasn't even just that too. Aaron Bummer, someone in the Braves bullpen that pitched this game, also went to Nebraska. Oh. So they interviewed Will Bolt, the head coach for Nebraska, and we're talking about how Cade Povich was their ace basically when he was there, and you can't ask for any more in that game.
Right.
He came his debut game at the Yard, and 6 innings pitched, 0 runs, 6 Ks. It's pretty good. And then I love this guy's name. Okay. The Braves starting pitcher, Spencer Schwellenbach. Straight out of the Netherlands or something with that name.
Yeah.
And it's a great name. He did really good too. I mean, he held us to 2 runs.
Yeah, one cool thing that I know is he was the starting shortstop.
Yeah,
for Nebraska.
Didn't start pitching until his junior year, where he became their closer by the time the playoffs rolled around.
Yeah, so it was pretty neat to see the Povich and Schwellenbach go against each other. Povich killed it. Amazing. I mean, he went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, no runs. This was one of those things that really aggravated me because he deserved a win. That would have been his first win of the year, and Aiken comes in, does what Aiken does, and gives up 2 earned.
Yeah.
And the problem that I hate about this is, if you look at Aiken's, if you look at his stat line, he's 2-0.
Yeah.
It's because he blows the save, and then we win the game in the next inning.
Like Kowser should have got the win instead of.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kowser 1-0. Yeah. I mean, that's where I really like seeing this game though, is that we lead the league in homers, and we're all about just hitting bombs. But we played a little bit more small ball here. Mm-hmm. We had a leadoff double by Cedric Mullins, and then a single. And then right after those 2, we had 2 ground outs that scored runs.
Yeah. Yeah, I really feel like, too, we're really starting to see Mullins. I think he's going. He's getting there now. His defense in the past week, I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more. Defense in the past week has been amazing. I just am so impressed with him. I'm impressed with his approach. Is something that's switched on. I don't know how long it's going to stay on, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And knowing Mullins, it might stay. You know what I mean? It's not like he's not nothing.
No.
He's not Urias is hot right now.
Yeah.
But that's going to fall. But Mullins can stay hot. Him and Hayes, people are forgetting, is they start out real cold, and we made it through those times.
Yeah.
So I think we can get through this. And, it's one of those things where Kowser, it seems like every time I watch a game, they're like, all right, well, he's, 1 for his last 12. Home run, 3 RBIs, and then he'll go 1 for his next 8. Home run, it's just, he gets it when we need it.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about getting it when we need it. Like, that was
huge.
Yeah. You like you said, can't ask for any more. Keegan Aiken, I hate you. I'll talk about Aiken later because he did do something good. the one good thing he's probably done all season, but still, I mean,
did you say Keegan Aiken hate you?
Yeah. He's my least favorite reliever right now in our bullpen, which is insane to say with the shape of our bullpen right now.
Right.
But I don't know.
But
K. Povich did good.
Yeah, we pulled it off. K. Povich did amazing. I mean, I can take that all day. Moving on to Game 3. This is when I thought that the Orioles had a chance of sweeping the Braves until the first inning, when the Braves went up 2-0 against Cole Irvin. I know Cole. I was just gonna fight me on this and say Cole Irvin. He went 5 2/3. He didn't do awful, but he threw 5 pitches in the first inning. He threw his first 5 pitches. Okay, he gave up I can't remember now. As RBI, 2 double. It was crazy.
Like a single double.
It was just crazy in the first, but then he did get out of it, and that's sort of a thing. But the one thing I'm impressed in. So when I watched that, I was like, "This is gonna be a rough day." He still had 8 strikeouts. Yeah, 8 strikeouts. Here's the only issue is I know we talk about Max Fried and how good Max Fried is, but Rodrigo, what's his first name?
Ronaldo Lopez.
Him.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's having
best pitcher in the National League this year.
Having a great year, and he goes 6 innings. Only gives up 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, and then we said thank God when he came out because the first reliever comes out, we get 3 earned runs off of him, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, I was so mad though because I was driving home from work and trying to listen to the game, and my mom texted me to call her. Yeah, I called her, and by the time I hung up, Stowers was drinking from the the home run.
Yeah,
I missed the homer.
His first home run of the year.
Yeah, first home run since 2022, September of 2022.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he did great. The one thing I would like to say about Irvin is I know you said I'm going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I mean, 5 2/3, 300 runs. Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
No,
I wouldn't.
You're right.
That's a quality start.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I would like to say too is that the home plate umpire for this game has, I think, statistically the smallest strike zone in all of baseball.
Oh.
And it's hard for a guy like Irvin that kind of relies on painting the corners more than his stuff. If you have a guy like Grayson up there, Grayson's going to use his stuff. He can throw a curveball down the middle and get a swing and a miss with it. Irvin's not. I know I say he's Randy Johnson, but he's not Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
He's not perfect.
Right.
And you're going to have, that's why it's impressive that he still got 8 strikeouts. It's great, but that's why he had 9 hits too. He had to trust his stuff a little bit more than normal, I think.
Right. And moving on to the next series, we have the Phillies come to town. I got some pet peeves here, but I'm going to try to keep as down as I can. Because the Phillies came to town. You know who else came to town?
The Philly fans.
Philly fans. That's ridiculous. Orioles fans, I don't know what we need to do, but the Phillies shouldn't come to Camden Yards and it be a home game. I don't know if I can't imagine tickets are too expensive for Oriole fans to show up.
No, I keep getting Instagram ads about the $12.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much better of a product the Orioles can put on the field for you to show up. But Phillies fans are showing up, and the first game they showed up to a good game. I mean, it was good. There's a lot going on. I know you're going to dive into it, but the Orioles had chances to win this game. Bradish does amazing. And then, of course, then we got bad news with him. Ranger Suarez, who's their pitcher, is amazing. He does well.
Yeah.
It was really just this was the battle because on Sunday you're going to hear us talk about Corbin Burns going up against the Phillies ace Wheeler, and everybody was talking about how those 2 big bulls going against each other. This really was the actual battle here. We had Bradish going against Ranger Suarez, and it really was a battle the entire 2 through 6.
Bradish did good. I mean, it sucks because he had to come out earlier than expected. Obviously, we know now it's the UCL sprain, which sucks. Yep. But, I mean, our bullpen did really good, and I would just like to say, I'd like to read through this real quick, and as much as I hate him, he saved the game. The reason we were even in this game, Keegan Aiken went 3 innings.
Yeah. That's why.
That's incredible. After Bradish goes 5 innings and gives up 2 earned runs, and we were losing this game this whole time, the Phillies aren't. It's not like they're not trying after they get the lead. Right. That is insane that he can go and take us to the 9th inning like that.
Right.
And I'll give all props to him. He's the reason we got it to extra innings.
Yeah,
because our bullpen is decimated at this point after the Brave series, and I thought we did great. Obviously, Tony, he kind of saved us there. That's what I was telling Cody before, that Matt Strahm, the pitcher that gave up the home run,
right.
That's the first time he's given up a run since opening day. It's been 27 or 28 appearances, I believe.
That's crazy.
He gave up 2 runs on opening day, hasn't given up one since.
Yeah, Tony Taters comes up, hits his 15th.
It was a ball. It was,
it
was at his eyes.
Isn't that crazy?
And hit it over the Great Wall. And then the one thing I would like to say is that I read it off to you, and I made it a hypothetical, and I really didn't like Hyde's decision in the 10th inning here. We had bases loaded, 2 outs, Yennier Cano's pitching, and Kyle Schwarber comes up, and they bring in Cionel Perez. And I don't understand why, because this is why, though. Kyle Schwarber's a lefty, Cionel Perez is a lefty. Oh, you think that makes sense? Yeah, these are Kyle Schwarber's stats against a lefty. 321 average, 900 OPS. Stats against a righty, 199 batting average, 730 OPS.
Right.
And is it not true to say that if you have bases loaded, your infield, if they field a ground ball, they can play it anywhere?
Right.
So when you want your ground ball pitcher in, one of the best ground ball pitchers in the league,
right,
in your Cano. And I know he'd already faced four or five batters, but I don't know. That's one of those that he makes those questionable calls every once in a while that I just don't understand.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the biggest reason, so we end up losing this game 5-3. The biggest reason I believe that we lost, obviously, is because if there's a rain delay, Orioles fans, just number one, you can leave, apparently.
Yeah.
Or just turn TV off because we're going to lose that game.
Yeah.
Because it's always the very next inning. Like, you know, I mean, we're not going to waste any time. If you're going to stay through a 2-hour rain delay, you're only going to watch about 5 minutes of baseball because something just happens. But anyway, we lose this. We feel like the sky's falling because all of your your Phillies friends are talking trash.
Well, and
how great they are.
I know. I'm sure a lot of Orioles fans felt this after this game. It's that we just lost to the Braves the last game of the series. We lost. I'm like, I could see us getting swept here.
Yeah.
Like this could be.
You know who didn't think we were going to get swept?
To Anthony Santander.
Nope, Grayson Rodriguez. Next game, he comes out crazy good, right? 7 innings, only gives up 2 earned. He has 6 strikeouts. I love to see that going against Taijuan Walker for the Phils. Man, I mean, just love to see that. Tony Taters, again, apparently he's just going to hit a home run every at-bat because he has 2 home runs this game. Does amazing. Like I said, we win 6-2. Really, that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, good game. Hopefully you were able to see it.
Yeah.
All the Phillies fans were because they were at Camden Yards.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they got to see a loss. That's all that matters. Yeah, and that's what, this is what I don't like, though, is that Philly fans on social media and, like, I even were talking to my, like, friends that are Philly fans. They're like, yeah, no, Taijuan Walker was pitching. We knew we were going to lose. Why is he's in a major league rotation on the best team in baseball, isn't he? So I don't think you should just be like, oh, he's our worst.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, like, that's still nothing. That's still, he's still on your rotation.
Yeah.
So I just don't, I think Phillies, we both had grudges against Philly fans in all sports. And
I think the one good thing here, though, is they were booing Kimbrel the game before like crazy. Yeah. Kimbrel comes out this game, strikes 3 batters out, gets out of it. Yeah. My grudge right now, though, I want to be completely clear, isn't on Phillies fans. On this.
Yeah.
My grudge right now is on Oriole fans not supporting. Like that's my biggest thing. That's the reason why Phillies fans they packed out Camden Yards is they're supporting their team. I just don't know if that would ever happen the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't know if the Orioles would pack out a place, I will say they went to the Nationals. Orioles fans, you guys were at the Nationals. I really appreciate that. But that's kind of my biggest thing is we've been saying, hey, boy, if the Orioles can really put out a good product there, we'll support them. This is the time to support them. But anyway, I mean, like I said, Grayson Rodriguez has a great game here. Yeah. Cedric Mullins has another hit. He's starting to get going. Really exciting to see. Sunday, June 16th, this is the game that we were kind of hinting at earlier. Corbin Burns is on the mound, and he's going against Zach Wheeler. 2 great ball players, 2 great pitchers. And it's one of those things where you're just like, this is going to be like a 1-0 game. Hopefully the Orioles get on top first, but we know Burns is going to give up a couple, so we got to make sure. And I think Gunnar Henderson got the idea too because he's just like, I'm just going to hit the first one out.
Yeah, and there's 2 reasons I like this. Obviously, he hits a home run. That's awesome. It was an 8-pitch at bat.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start off the game.
Absolutely.
Already getting to him. And don't worry though, it wasn't a 1-0 game because everyone else decided to join on the fun. Adley Rutschman hit a home run.
What a day.
Colton Cowser hit it.
All of our young studs, like our up and coming people.
I don't know if you saw it. Colton Cowser hit a bomb.
Right.
Like I don't think he can hit a ball any harder. And Jordan Westbrook just poked one over the wall.
What a day.
It's great. And then I do have here that we got to Wheeler, obviously. Got to him, gave him eight earned runs. In case you're wondering, the last time Zach Wheeler gave up 8 earned runs was May 4th, 2018. He was on the Mets then. It wasn't even on the Phillies.
Wow. And that's when the Mets started giving up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if the Phillies, if you guys want to give up on him, we'll take him. We'll take him after.
This is his worst start, and
we'll take him right now.
You'll take whatever.
Yeah, and your boy pitched, Nick Vespi.
Nick Vespi. He didn't. Yeah, that's what the bullpen. I mean, held it down. It wasn't a clean 8-3 win. I will say that it was rough around the edges, but I think we did good.
Yeah,
I mean, Burns just.
I will take an 8-3 win any day, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Yeah, and then real quick, so we're doing this podcast right now on Monday night. There's no Orioles games. We have a day off, thank goodness. This is our one day off in the whole month, right? So the Orioles play tomorrow, but if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to it, and it'll be today.
Yeah.
At 7:05 at the Bronx, the Yankee Stadium. We're going against our an old Oriole here, Nestor Cortez, which, believe it or not, he actually pitched for the Baltimore Orioles a few years ago. And we have Albert Suarez on the mound. I'm a little nervous about this because Albert Suarez can be known for giving up some pop flies. And then
he's good.
And then Camden Yards, and Yankee Stadium is a smaller ballpark.
Little league.
It is a little league stadium, so I am a little nervous about that. So we'll see how it goes. We're just gonna stay positive, right? So our goal is to take 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if we leave here 2 out of 3, we're in first place in the division, right?
Yeah, we're only 1.5 back right now.
So we lose first game. Don't freak out, everybody.
Yeah.
So
now, and I'm feeling good about it because the Yankees are kind of scuffling out of this Red Sox series. I know on Sunday Night Baseball they played them, and I think at one point they were down, bases loaded, no outs, and didn't even score a run.
The only thing that makes me nervous on this road stand is that they got away with not having Seaburns in the homestand or away. So that's my only thing I'm nervous about. They're getting Albert Suarez and they're getting Cade Povich.
Yeah.
So 2 of our not established pitchers.
It's going to be interesting.
So
I mean, they're getting our 3 worst starters because it's Irvin, Suarez, and Povich.
And remember too, we still got to play them plenty more times throughout the season. So this is our second. To them, they need this more than we need this.
100%.
Because they need to prove to themselves.
I think Yankees fans think that if, say, we win the series or sweep them, I think in their minds they might not get it back above us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, I mean, I don't.
And I keep telling myself one thing, everybody: don't stress about not being in first place because what happened last year?
I mean, we weren't in first place till August something.
Yeah, no, but we also finished the year in first place and then won another game. So so we're just playoffs. Get to the playoffs. Be happy. We'll win it from wherever we're at. You know what I mean? Last year, I thought we had to have we had to win the division. I guess I was wrong. But this year, I'm just like I trust my team in the wild card.
Yeah,
I have no problem. I mean, because in the wild card, guess who they're getting? They're getting Corbin Burns, Grayson Rodriguez. So I think almost that type of series is better than a 7. You know what I mean? But anyway,
and DS is 5.
A 5. I meant a 5. A 3 is better than a 5.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm good. We're gonna win. We're gonna make it to the playoffs unless something crazy happens. I just hope we don't get any mojo like the Dodgers have right now. Who just lost Mookie Betts and Yamamoto.
Yeah.
So
which I mean, it's kind of already feeling like that. I mean, if you want, we can just get straight into the injury stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we already touched on earlier, but Bradish, he's on the 15-day IL with a UCL sprain.
Yeah.
And this is what he had at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And
did you see when he was shaking his arm?
No.
So there's a big thing. I think it was the 3rd inning. I was watching the game and he throws a pitch and kind of goes off to the first base side and he's shaking his arm off. That makes me nervous. And I thought they'd take him out right then. And even the broadcast kind of talked about it. They left him in. So it's one of those things.
I didn't get to watch too much of that game because someone was watching your children.
Oh yeah, my daughter owned that TV, didn't she?
Well, no, I had it in my room, but the problem is she didn't really like me in my room.
Yeah,
because,
I believe that.
Yeah, she wanted to play.
Well, I appreciate you watching her.
Yeah, it was all good until she threw the temper tantrum.
Oh yeah, not her.
Never.
She's just like her cousin. But
or her dad.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So anyway, Bradish, really, really nervous about this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, John Means sucked that he went down.
This is worse.
But he wasn't Kyle Bradish.
Yeah.
Like, right? You know what I mean? So,
it's just it's one of those things that it could be a very minor thing, and he's back in a month. I think he's at least gone a month though. It's probably trade deadline ish. I'd say it's early as possible recovery.
Yeah,
but I don't see. I think we're lucky if we see him back this season.
I agree.
That's lucky. Yeah. But that's okay because if it's I see it two ways. He either just rests for the rest of this year and maybe can make it back for the playoffs, or just comes back healthy next opening day next year.
Yeah.
Or he needs to get Tommy John out because it may just be that's what's needed. It was already a thing that I was looking at stuff, and the people that when they had a torn or partially torn UCL, like he did at the beginning of the year, there was only like one success story of the PRP injections, which is what he did instead of getting Tommy John.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really see it not ending in Tommy John. Yeah. And I'm afraid this is the ending in Tommy John.
Yeah, I agree. Well, your boy got called back up because of that. Nick Vespi gets called back. Elijah literally said last week the only way you can get called back up this quickly is if somebody got hurt. Guess what? Somebody got hurt. Right. So one guy I also want to talk about real quick is Tyler Wells. He had his surgery. Was it today?
I think it was today.
Today or yesterday, whatever. He had a little bit different surgery. He didn't have Tommy John. He had it's called like a sleeve or something, like a brace put on.
Like an internal brace.
Yeah, an internal brace. That kind of, if you can see, it kind of wraps around the tendon, and they put it right where the issue is, the tear is.
Yeah.
And so it's usually less of a recovery time. This is actually becoming way more popular now since this technology has become available. Some people do Tommy John and the brace. Of course, he's already had the Tommy John, right? And so he's had the brace now. So it's one of those things where he's going to be gone this year, right? But he should be back, or beginning of next year. So if everything goes right? Yeah. So excited about, not excited about that, but glad that we've figured that out, got that done. So we'll see how it goes. Our rotation is a bit, whatever. So I know you have down here, I'm not going to take credit for this, but you've hit up our rotation and some big things. I thought of it. I saw a cool stat on MASN yesterday, really cool because they're talking about Corbin Burns, right? So after this past weekend, Corbin Burns now is third in the most consecutive quality starts in Orioles franchise history, right? So he's at 10 consecutive quality starts. Okay. What a trade, Michael Ice. So do you know who's in front of him? There's only one person in front of him.
I mean, I'd have to assume it's Jim Palmer.
It is Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer did it in 1975 to 1976, and then in 1977 to 1978. He's only at 13 in his peak. So Jim Palmer has a 13 and 11, right? Well, Corbin Burns will move tied in second if he has one more quality start. I would expect he will. Yeah. And can you tell me who's fourth? Because everybody, if you guys know this, Elijah tries to always get me with stats.
Fourth?
So fourth, and he has 10 quality starts in a row. I can give you the year if that makes it okay. 2007.
2007. Oh, that's
2000. You'll absolutely know who this is.
I'm sure I will.
So once I say this,
who is
he was our ace in 2007. Everybody, do you know who our ace was in 2007?
Jake Arrieta.
Jeremy Guthrie.
Good old Jeremy
Guthrie.
And an opening day start that year, I think.
Did he? Yeah. So he has 10. So Corbin Burns and Jeremy Guthrie are tied in something. Who would have thought that? You know what I mean? So hey, Mike Elias went out and got him a Jeremy Guthrie. No, I'm kidding. Don't bring out.
If we could pay him like Jeremy Guthrie, I'd be okay with that.
For real. Jeremy Guthrie barely got over like minimum.
Yeah, but no, like you said, I have some stuff here about our rotation that I think it's good to touch on. So as it stands, 1 through 5, because that's all the pitchers we have.
Yep.
Is Burns, Grayson, Cole Irvin, Suarez, and Povich.
Yep.
And I was talking to Cody. I could have guaranteed you 2 of those would be in here at this point at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe Irvin. I'll tell you right now, Albert Suarez would have not even assumed he was.
When the season started, we didn't even know who Albert Suarez was.
That's not true. We talked about him a little bit preseason.
Okay, maybe we did.
Because he had one good spring training outing. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to be something.
I don't remember that at all.
That was a while
If
ago.
you guys can go back and listen to podcasts and find that, that'd be great.
I mean, if you want to just listen to all of them back through, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think what's good for us is if Cade Povich keeps this up. He's young enough. That's just a good guy to have. It's not going to hurt. And then another guy, Dean Kramer, is slowly trying to work his way back from injury. He threw 59 pitches the other night for the Tide, and he's going to probably need at least one more start, maybe two. I would say it's probably going to be two more starts. And, I mean, that's still another 2 weeks, something like that. So he's going to be gone for a while. But when he comes back, I could see maybe adapting a six-man rotation if we're still in the thick of a rough schedule. If we're towards more break, maybe see Suarez be moved to the bullpen.
Okay.
Because I don't see Povich being moved out of the rotation unless he's sent back down.
I'm just nervous about this Yankee series with him pitching.
You can't. Yet again, you can't judge him off of one start.
I'm just nervous about this. This is gonna be rough. You got lefty going against Stan and Judge.
Stan's not that good.
Yeah, I know.
We'll be fine. Have faith, Cody.
I like your positivity.
But yeah, and I just have here one more injury could be very.
Yeah,
very.
You're not wrong.
Like it's one of those things that if we have another injury, I don't know how you can't immediately trade for someone.
Yeah.
I don't want Julio Teheran or somebody to come up and start.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. But on the good news, we've been rumored reaching out to the White Sox for Garrett Crochet, who's been really good this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if if he's on the table. I would have to assume everybody's on the table for the White Sox. But Eric Fetty's been doing really good this year too.
Yeah.
Former KBO Cy Young Award winner. I don't know exactly what the award's called, but I did look it up. He was on the NC Dinos.
The NC Dinos.
That's a great name for a team.
Yeah, I would hope they'd have the Flintstones of Dino.
Yeah,
and...
that's a dinosaur nugget, like a dino nugget.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. I was like, you had me. You were like, that's serious.
I have no clue what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I think either one of those would be some good pieces.
Gotcha.
And then moving on just to our bullpen, might as well keep going.
Yeah.
It's just, it was bad because I was making this list. We have eight bullpen members, and it was hard for me to think of all eight off the top of my head. But we got the obvious: Kimbrel, Cano, Jacob Webb's been doing good. I know you hate him, but he's been doing good. Dylan Tate, Nick Vesby, Brian Baker, who has been doing surprisingly well. His only since coming back up pitched 2 2/3, but only giving up a hit, no runs, no walks or anything. So I think that's a good sign. He's been doing good. And then Keegan Aiken, who saved us the other day, but also has been doing terrible, and CNL Perez.
Who from that bullpen list, makes a playoff roster this season? So who gets replaced? Give me two people.
Oh, wait, well, who wouldn't be on here?
Yeah, who's going to get replaced before this season?
I don't see Baker and Vesby probably.
Really? So Aiken's going to be there?
I mean, he's been here this long.
I
don't think they must love him.
I just want to hear your opinion.
No. Yeah. I mean, it's my thing is he's done bad enough. I don't know why he's still here. I think we need a lefty.
Yeah.
But I also see Danny Coulomb coming back, and I think they're...
Boy, I can't wait for that.
And I think...
That was another one we didn't really talk about, but that's another...
We talked about him like a little bit.
I'm nervous.
We're still waiting on the MRI back. I hope it's good news.
Yeah.
Not Baker. Coulomb seems in good hopes, but I don't know. But yeah, I think they're taking Aiken over Vesby, but I think it's a toss-up. I mean, I can guarantee you Kimbrel, Cano, and Webb are going to be there.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like I can almost guarantee you Perez is going to be there.
Yeah, and I mean, she should. I mean, he's not terrible.
And I think as long as Tate doesn't have a massive fall off, he'll probably be there too.
Yeah. And you said Tanner Scott will be there?
I hope so. I'm going to be honest. I'd get rid of all of them for Tanner Scott.
Yeah, I mean...
Tanner. Yeah, but we're rumored to be in talks with Marlins for Tanner Scott, but I feel like we've been rumored for talks with the Marlins for 4 years now. And then I think Michael Kopech, the White Sox closer, he could also be interesting. He's been struggling this year, but yet again, he is pitching for probably the most dysfunctional organization in baseball. So I'd have to imagine their pitching coaches probably aren't great.
Right. Yeah.
So that's one of those things that when you have a team like that, somebody struggling, it could just be one tweak that maybe a smarter person.
A different location.
Or that. I'm sure pitching in the South Side right now is probably depressing.
Yeah. So one thing I want to ask you real quick about before we sign off today. So we just watched the Braves.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has no idea I'm asking this. I just will get his honest opinion. We just watched the Orioles play the Braves, and we just watched them play the Phillies. We knew that last week we would be coming on here and talking right after the series. How do you feel? How did it go as good as
I I think this is about as good as it could have gone.
Yeah.
I don't think, besides the injury part, I think this is about as happy. Like, I don't see, it's not realistic for us to go and say, we're sweeping the Braves and the Phillies.
Yeah.
I was going to the series. I'm going to be honest. If we had just gone even out, say we beat the Braves and won the series and then lost the series to the Phils, I think that's still okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yet again, I don't know if you guys looked at it, but Ranger Suarez and not Reynaldo Lopez, he's on the Braves. But Ranger Suarez and Zach Wheeler are two of the best pitchers in baseball. We faced 3 of probably the top 6 pitchers in the National League this week.
Yeah, I think you could only say 4. Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's saying Max Fried isn't that. Like, Max Fried's good too.
Stud.
I mean, Spencer Swellenbach's been good since he came up. Taijuan Walker's not that great, but still, and then I'm worried this week we're gonna go see Garrett Cole now.
We are.
He's making his first start against us, so
maybe he'll be a little rusty.
Hopefully, I mean, he's been good in AAA.
In my opinion, I mean, if you're a Yankees fan and you're listening to this, which I can't imagine you would be, I believe Garrett Cole is the best pitcher in baseball. I think he's the best pitcher in the world. Hopefully, he's a little rusty. You know what I mean? And
you just hope he has that one. This is his one bad start.
Yeah, let's do it now. Get it out of the way. I want 2 bad starts. I want now and then whenever we play them in the playoffs. If we play them.
No, the Yankees don't make the playoffs. Don't say that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, it's like I do find it funny though. I've seen on social media and stuff, people are saying waiting for big people in sports and baseball social media world are saying that the Yankees are they're waiting for the Yankee fall off, and they're waiting for people to get injured. And the one thing that scares me, though, is that they've been this good without Cole.
Yeah.
But I don't see Luis Gil having the best ERA in baseball at the end of the season. That's something that's probably going to eventually come down. Yeah. Everything else is going to stay, I think. Yeah, he's probably the only one. And I'm not saying he's going to be bad, but I don't think he's going to have a 2 ERA.
I don't think Stroman can keep it either. Stroman, if anybody remembers, everybody thought he was going to be traded at the All-Star break last year because he was one of the top pitchers in all baseball for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Right. And then he got hurt, but then he got so bad that he couldn't even trade him.
Yeah. And the Yankees signed him for less than he probably should have made.
Yeah. So let us know what you think about this past week. You know, leave a comment, leave a message with us. Whatever you want, just to kind of how are you feeling about the Orioles right now? Are you nervous or worried about this Yankee series? Which I think we're all a little nervous about it. I mean,
yeah.
You know, but I don't think the Orioles are nervous about it.
No.
Like, it's funny because we know what the Orioles have done in the past, and this team's so young, they don't give a credit. They don't know.
Yeah, Gunnar doesn't care. He's going to walk up there and he just knows he has to hit it less now to get a home run.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where we'll see. We're going to see you guys next week, and hopefully we're very positive, just like this week. I feel great this week.
Yeah, I just hope I don't feel terrible like Friday.
Right. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm just trying to get through this. We have Yankees on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, and then we have the Astros. The Astros are actually going to be a little bit of a break, but they're heating up, so watch them, okay? And then we have one of the best teams in baseball coming back to our house with the Cleveland Guardians. So let's get through this month of June. Remember, we got Yankees, Astros, Guardians, and Rangers. The Rangers, that's one we need. I want to sweep that series. Like, if there's a series, sweep them because
murder them.
Yeah, just wow.
No, like beat them in the ground. If I'll take a series loss to the Guardians or something like that for us to sweep them.
Okay, let's do it.
I hate them.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of the Utah Street Banter Podcast. We truly can't thank you enough. And like always, make sure you like us, follow us, whatever you got to do. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on X. And we hope to definitely see you again next week. Have a great week, everybody. I'm Cody. This is Elijah. See you guys.
See ya.